Hello everyone, today we are going to see how to configure the Codaster extension for Visual Studio Code on Windows and by connecting it directly to a native Windows installation of Codaster without using WSL. For this tutorial, we assume that Visual Studio Code is already installed and that you already have a Windows version of Codaster on your machine. If that is not the case, I invite you to watch our previous video where we explain how to install Codaster on Windows. So let's start. Let's say you already have a folder containing a Codaster study. We are going to open this folder in Visual Studio Code. By default, your COM file do not have any syntax highlighting. They look just like basic text file. So the first step is to install the Codaster extension for Visual Studio Code. To do that, go to the extensions panel on the left, type Aster, and you should see the extension near the top of the list. You will find the VS Codaster extension with the Codaster logo published by Symvia. Once the extension is installed, you already get a few useful features. For example, your file now shows a small Codaster icon, and when you open them, you get syntax highlighting. This already makes the files easier to read. However, as you can see, in the bottom right corner, there are still error messages. This is because the extension cannot start completely yet, since some dependencies are missing. Because of that, you do not have access to the function documentation, you do not get auto-completion, and you also do not get mesh visualization directly inside VS Code. To work correctly, the extension needs 3 Python dependencies. These 3 dependencies are listed on the extension page. In our case, since we are connecting the extension to an existing Codaster installation, we only need the second one. We already have NumPy and Metcoupling, so we only need to install PyGLS version 1.3.1. We can install it directly into the existing Codaster environment. To do that, open the Start menu and launch the Codaster PowerShell that comes with your Windows installation of Codaster. We are going to install this extra Python dependency into the Python environment included in Codaster using the following command: python -m pip install pygls == 1.3.1. On my side, this runs very quickly because it is already installed. So yes, you can add Python packages to the Python environment included in your Codaster installation. But be really careful. If the package you install try to upgrade NumPy to a newer version, you may break your Codaster installation. So this should be done carefully. Once that is done, the next step is to get the installation path of Codaster. By default, the Codaster PowerShell opens directly in the installation folder, so you can simply get the path by typing pwd. We will need this path in the next step when configuring VS Code and the Codaster extension. Once you have the path, you can paste it directly into File Explorer, and you will see all the installation folders. What we need now is the Python path, the path to the Python executable. So we go into the externals folder, then into Python 3.10, and there we find the Python executable, simply called Python. Now you can right-click on it and copy its path. Then we go back to Visual Studio Code and open the user setting. To do that, press Ctrl-Shift-P, then type User Settings and click on Open User Settings. In the search bar, look for the settings related to Codaster by typing Aster. Among the available settings, you will find one called Python executable path. This is where we need to enter the path to the Python executable included in Codaster. There is one important detail. If you copy the path using the Windows right-click menu, Windows usually adds some quotation marks around the Python path. You need to remove this quotation mark in the Visual Studio Code configuration. When this is done, you can close the Visual Studio Code because you need to reload the configuration at start, and you reopen the Visual Studio Code in the folder that contains your Codaster study. At this point, when you open the COM file, you should still have syntax highlighting, and now in the bottom right corner, you should also see a message saying that the LSP server has started. That means the extension is now working correctly and you have access to more features. First, you now get the function documentation directly inside the editor. As you can see, pop-up windows appear with the documentation for Codaster function. You also get some auto-completion features. Now, when you start typing, the extension can suggest Codaster commands and keyword, and then the related documentation is available directly in the editor. And finally, you also get mesh visualization. When you click on the eye icon in the top right corner, the mesh view opens automatically together with the link between your input data and the mesh itself. In the mesh visualization, you can look for a mesh group definition, and you have some highlight features for a mesh group. Now, for the last step, we are going to configure the extension so that we can run a Codaster calculation directly from Visual Studio Code. As you can see, if we try to launch a calculation now by opening the export file and clicking the Run button, we get an error. This happens because by default, the VS Codaster extension tries to launch calculations using the CAV utility, which is not available on Windows. To fix this, we go back to File Explorer and return to the Codaster installation folder. From the root of the installation, open the bin folder. There you will find a file called runaster.bat. Just like we did for Python, we are going to copy the path to this bat file and put it in the VS Codaster extension configuration. And then we go back to the VS Code extension user settings in the Codaster section. And there you will see a setting that lets you define the command used to launch a Codaster calculation. By default, the value is cavrun. This is where we passed the path to the bat file. And just like for the Python path, remember to remove the extra quotation marks around the path. Once this is done, close Visual Studio Code, then reopen it into your study folder. Now you can run directly the calculation from Visual Studio Code. As you can see, I have my export file open, I click the Run button, and in the terminal at the bottom, Visual Studio Code launches the Windows version of Codaster directly. So the calculation now runs inside the Visual Studio Code terminal. At this point, we have a complete setup. We can prepare the input data and run calculations directly from Visual Studio Code using only the native Windows version of Codaster.